Guangzhou, Guangzhou, come check it out. There's always something to see, just look around. Guangzhou. Guangzhou, come check it out. There's always something to see, just look around. Guangzhou.
We're in Guangzhou. You can see all these historical homes. I'll talk all about this. We're in Shamian Island. Probably mispronounced that. But this is a kind of a colonial area. I'll talk about that too. Let's just put this up on the map so you can see exactly where we are. We're going to do probably a few videos here. One of them, well, I'll try to keep them under 15 minutes, so we'll get a taste of it as much as I can, and then I'll probably do another one of another part of this island as well. I'll explain it all after you see where it's at on the map. Guangzhou, okay, up on the map so you can see exactly where we are, and we're going to be, let's just get you there as if you're there yourself. Come and join me. You know where we're at on the map. Follow me in the camera. Guangzhou, China. Okay, so this little river, let me see. So over there is this kind of like full-on city, but this is a river that goes around that way, and then this was all on the island, Shamian Island, and we're gonna walk into it a little bit. But there's all these colonial-looking, European-looking houses, and now they're all a tourist attraction. And I'll tell you why in a moment. We're gonna explore it. I'm kind of curious to go down that way, down the waterfront area, but there's kind of stuff in every direction. Let's walk over to that sign over there. But let me I'll also give you some history. But one thing is I live in Macau, so Macau has a long history with Guangzhou, and let's just see what's all here. So Shamian. Okay, Main Street. So the main street is probably going to be this street right here. A lot of people will come here for photographs. The street doesn't look as interesting as some of the other ones. Let's just walk. I kind of want to walk to the waterfront because I did see something called like, I think it's called like anti-British, something like that. And the reason I'm interested in that one is because Macau was Portuguese for 450 years. Of course, Hong Kong is British, but there was a time period where there was a lot of British living in Macau in the 1800s. So many that it was like they just had a lot of interest in China in particular. And then later, all the stuff happened with Hong Kong, which I won't get into at all. But there's a little area over here called like anti-British something, so I'm just kind of curious because I think there was a lot of history. Anyways, I'll just leave it at that. Kind of nice breezes right here. So yeah, these homes, this looks like something I would see in Macau. 100%. But yeah, before this bridge was here, this would have been on the ocean. So I think that anti-British thing that we may or may not see. Let's see what this stuff says. Iced coffee, serendipity, gelato. They have the Portuguese word for ice cream. Or is that originally an Italian word? I don't know. Lemon tea, iced lemon tea in a lemon colored building. Let's get out of the shade a little bit. Look down these alleys a little bit. So yeah, I'll probably be doing a few of these shaman ones because the area's, I think it's about 1 kilometer. I can't do it in 15 minutes with my style of filming. What I like to do is like almost like a streaming style So I want to give you a feel as if you're there yourself, you know, because if I just edit it to, you know, the best parts where, you know, you don't really have an idea of what it looks like. So that is an outdoor area sitting down. Nice little sprays of water everywhere. Then you got all the colonial style stuff. So we're gonna stick to the waterfront side over here for now. And then I'll meander inward a little bit. And we're just kind of giving a feel as if you're there yourself. There's places to sit outside for like coffee and such like that. This is like it's like pink sand photography. Restaurants. Hello. Okay, more of these blue sand beach scenes. I guess he just noticed it for the first time, so he's gonna take a picture of it as well. Let me just see what all this colonial stuff is. There are signs in there. Let's just take a quick look if we can even get in there. Just says it's a, this has the address 32 Shamian Street, I think it said. These are the things they have in Macau. These are like typhoon preventatory things so the trees don't fall over in the high winds. Or because the tree is growing sideways. Huh. Pretty cool. So yeah, there's a lot of wealth. A lot of these Europeans that lived in this area made a lot of money off trade. So they're basically here doing trade. And they would they'd build a lot in Macau, of course, but then they'd also build in this area because they were not allowed into, this is called Canton before, Guangzhou. So they weren't allowed in Canton because of a government order, official order. So they could only come during like a trading season. But then I think that was, you know, throughout most of Macau's history, the 450 years the Portuguese were in Macau. But then in later times, you know, of course it changed. And I think there might have been a time later, especially after Hong Kong, when, yeah, this building here is 1897, 1917. So I think when Hong Kong became Hong Kong, maybe more people lived in these areas. But the area had always been a spot for foreigners for throughout all the time that Portugal was in Macau. We just kind of see, that's the public bathroom. I think we're gonna, it's kind of a waterfront there, but I think what we're gonna do is meander into the heart of it over here. So I think in here, as I get a better sense of everything. Doing all the photographs. This is actually a really popular place. Wow, look at the beautiful trees. All kinds of different housing styles in here too. These trees give some really nice shade. So we're gonna, yeah, it's interesting. Like these look like they go right into people's houses. And they're kind of open. But I don't know if people live in these or not. It looks like they do in here. Huh. Confusing. Grand building. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly like residential, really. So I guess I wasn't sure if there'd be more like businesses and things like that, or if there was more all residential, but it feels very residential. It's a really beautiful space. Okay, so we're gonna meander into the centerpiece here. Some nice come in. Some nice balconies too. Okay, so we're gonna walk right into the middle street. I was thinking I'd see that. Let's see that. There's a chapel right there. So this is kind of the main street. It's very residential. So we basically walked from over there down near the waterfront, kind of, but the waterfront looks like it's kind of blocked off with all the other kinds of stuff. There's the church. So I don't know. Let's walk towards the church, give you an idea what that looks like. Looks like St. Michael's in Macau. St. Michael's is up on a hill and it's blue. All the Macau ones are up on hills. But I think in this area all the churches would have been built on the flatland because that's all there was in the space. Because all they could do is stay in this island. They weren't allowed to just live anywhere they wanted to. So this is kind of the main street right here. And I think what I'm gonna do, something being restored there. So it says Cafe Floor. It's a beautiful green building. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to let's go swiggle in. Okay. There's a place in Macau called the Military Club. This reminds me a lot of that. It's probably built around the same time period. The furniture reminds me of that. Okay. So I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to come to an ending here, Cafe Floor. Photographer. So we're going to come to an ending. It's kind of cool. So we're going to come to an ending, and I'm going to do a different video of the Shamian Island, but I think this is enough. It's already going to be about my maximum length that I want to have. So this is part of Guangzhou.